Sawadee. Hi everyone, it's me again, Teacher Melvin. In this video, we're gonna talk about fraction. Yes, fraction. I know that you are already familiar with fraction. But today, let's have some review. So set your mind, relax, and welcome to the math world. Today, these are the subtopics that we are going to discuss about fraction. First, what is fraction? Next, importance of fraction. And the last one, simplifying fraction. So what is fraction? Fraction is part of a whole. So I have here an example. This number, 1/2. 1/2 is an example of fraction. 1, it is called the numerator. The numerator is the top number that tells you how many parts there are. Okay? Then, the other number, which is 2, is called the denominator. The denominator is the bottom number that tells you how many parts make a whole. So I have here an example. So look at this one. Imagine that this is a pizza, a one-whole piece of pizza. One day, my friend came into our house, and my friend ate one piece of my pizza. So how many are left? How many? There is one. Okay? One piece of pizza. So when we do it in fraction, that one piece, that will be the numerator. This one. Okay? And then, why is it we have 2? Because when you say 2 here is the denominator. And denominator is the number that tells you how many parts make a whole. So how many parts here? We have 1, 2. So 2 is the denominator. This time, I will show you a short video about fraction.
What is a fraction? We use them for counting parts of something, and all of that something we call a whole. Then we divide up the whole into equal parts, and we call that the denominator. And the parts that we want to count, the numerator. We are fractions. We are fractions. The part of the whole that we want to count is a fraction. If you take a whole pizza and cut it up into equal slices, then the number of slices goes under the line. And then your friend comes along and eats up 2 slices, and that leaves you with 6. goes on top and we're left with 6/8 of a pizza. We are fractions, we are fractions, the parts of the whole that we want to count is a fraction. Take a big bar of chocolate that's divided up into 24 parts. That makes the denominator 24. And if we break off 8 of those chunks of chocolate, what fraction have we got? That's right, it's 8/24 of a bar of chocolate. We are fractions, we are fractions, the parts of a whole that we want to count is a fraction. Fractions, we are fractions, the parts of the whole that we want to count is a fraction.
Now we know what is fraction. Let's now discuss the importance of fraction. Yes, fraction is very important. Fractions are important because they tell you what portion of a whole you need, you have, or you want. Example, in baking cake, you need to measure the ingredients before cooking. So you are using fraction. In cooking, you also be needing fraction in slicing a bread or dividing an apple to your siblings. Okay? And also, fractions are used in telling time. Each minute is a fraction of the hour. See how important is fraction? Now that you are refreshed what is fraction and its importance, let's now discuss how to simplify fraction. Simplifying fraction. So what is simplifying fraction? Simplifying fraction or reducing fractions means to make the fraction as simple as possible. Okay? So I will show you now a video to explain more.
Mr. McLover.
Hey guys, first fraction we're going to simplify is 8/10. To simplify fractions, we're going to be canceling out like factors. And by that I mean we're going to separate the top and bottom numbers into their factors. Like 8 can be thought of as 2 times 4, and 10 can be thought of as 2 times 5. Cross out the like factors, cross out the 2's, and you're left with 4/5. Next up, 4/16. They're both even, so we'll just think of 4 as 2 times 2. And we'll think of 16 as 2 times 8. Cross out the like factors, and we're left with 2 8s. But you can separate 2 into 2 times 1 and 8 into 2 times 4. Cross out the like factors, and you're left with 1/4. Now this would be faster if you just realize that they share the factor of 4. Like 4 is 4 times 1, and 16 can be thought of as 4 times 4. Then you just cross out the 4's and you're left with 1/4. Remember, you can only cancel them out when the numbers match. Next up, 2/12. Now 2 can only be thought of as one thing, and that's 2 times 1. And then 12 you can think of as 2 times 6. Cross out the like factors and you're left with 1/6. Next up, 6/24. Think of some factors of 6, like 2 times 3. And we'll think of 24 as 2 times 12. Cross out the like factors, and then you realize that they still share a factor, so 3 can be thought of as 3 times 1, and 12 can be thought of as 3 times 4. Cross out the like factors, and you're left with 1/4. A quicker way to do it would have been to realize that they share the factor of 6. So 6 can be thought of as 6 times 1, and 24 can be thought of as 6 times 4. Cross those out, and you're left with 1/4. Next up, 4/48. We'll just separate 4 into 2 times 2, and 48 into 2 times 24, which is half of 48. Cross out the 2's, and they're still even, so you can simplify it further. 2 into 2 times 1, 24 into 2 times 12. Cross out the like factors, and you're left with 1/12. A quicker way would have been to realize that they share the factor of 4. 4 is 4 times 1, and 48 is 4 times 12, and then cross out those like factors. Six 21sts. 6 can be thought of as 3 times 2, and some factors of 21 are 3 times 7. Cross out the like factors, and you're left with 2 7s. And that's it. Nice work. See ya.
So, to know that you've learned something from our discussion, let's have some examples for you to answer. You may pause the video if you like. Okay, let's start. Number 1 to 10. Number 2, 3, 9. Number 3, 520. Number 4, 6-9. Okay, let's check. Number 1, 2-10. So the answer is 1/5. Okay? Are you correct? Number 2, 3-9. So the answer for 3-9 is 1/3. 1/3. Are you correct? Okay, let's go on. Number 3, 520. 520. So the answer for 520 is 1/4. 1/4. The last one is 6-9. 6-9. So the simplest form of 6-9 is 2/3. 2/3. Okay? So, who got the highest score? I hope you understand our discussion. By the way, I will be leaving some worksheets for you to do at home. Reminders: you have to print all your worksheets and answer it. After answering, please compile all your worksheets that I have given to you, and you will pass that one on the first day of school. Okay? And I guess that's all for today. I hope you learned something. See you in my next video. Kup kun kup.